But yeah, that's just one of those things where I think there's a lot of new combinations, and I'm looking forward to seeing more offlaners, which, speak of devil, we've got possibly one of the most annoying offlaners in the game. The Broodmother for bOne7, the Soul Ring build, this Skywrath Mage is going to have one horrendous game if they don't keep vision on this Broodmother at all times, and I think that's the reason too why Always Wanna Fly has instantly bought into the sentries. He's got 2 of them in his stash.
Yeah, you have to work around that. Just because having 2 supports against a Broodmother never really works out the way that you want it to. The Brood just applies too much pressure, and once she picks up levels, it's just not really feasible to zone her at this phase of the game. And C9, they tricked him! They thought that the Phoenix was going to be the off lane. I thought so as well, and so Empire definitely didn't expect this to happen. And man, C9 just have a miserable team to play against. Like, they've got a lot of split push potential with the Naga and the Broodmother. They've got some team fight abilities with the Zeus and the Phoenix. I kind of am a little bit afraid for C9 in the sense that it is easy for their lineup to get run over because they have 2 heroes that essentially can't really help out at all times in fights, with the Naga having to build into the Radiance, and you've got a Broodmother who doesn't really provide stuff when she's halfway across the map.
Broodmother was also just run away from the rest of Team Empire. They're going to let him have the top rune, so let's actually do a quick hero check to see who was going to be around where. So we'll have Always Wanna Fly as that supporting Skywrath Mage. There's Resolution to the role as Sniper, who'll be going towards the mid. Silence is the Juggernaut up on the top lane. Aloha Dance. Eventually he'll probably move up towards the top, but for now he's doing the block in mid. And that leaves Yoki, who is the offlane Nyx Assassin, who he's up against Lion. The support down here on the bottom lane. I say support, we basically may as well say Hero 2.5 position for Cloud9. Naga Siren, he'll be played by Eternal Envy, or vice versa. Notel, also known as Big Daddy, will be the Phoenix. And that puts Zeus in towards the mid, and the last player offlaner, bOne7 Broodmother. And that gives us the cap.
Oh, this is really cool by Envy too. He leveled the illusions level 1 and decides to opt to block the creeps completely. The creeps, obviously, they still spawn at a decent rate for Yoki, and I think this was a good decision by Envy, just because Riptide won't do too much. Yoki playing the Nyx, he's got one of the highest base regens in the game. It's like 3, and he's got plenty of regen to back himself up. You're not trying to get into a straight-up harass fight with him.
No. So instead you play for the later portion of the game. bOne7's having a real horrible time on top. He's trying to find out exactly where these sentry wards are. And in fact has a sentry of his own. So when he's feeling the lane's in a better position, he might try and de-ward that. But for now he's going to slip around the side.
Oh,
Always Wanna Fly's got to be really careful with his life though.
You got to be careful, Yoki. He's getting actually really quite low, and No-Tail's actually getting the block off. I think this is going to be First Blood.
You're right, it is. It's like he just came over to contest the stack, but no way out.
Oh, but in mid lane, Resolution actually just gets a solo kill on Fodder right now. That's not even with the help of the living armor, and this is the danger of playing against the Sniper when you're the Zeus. I didn't even see that coming. I was like still focused on bottom.
Yeah, that's where I was looking as well. But the fact that he's able to pick that up now means that, well, Fade, at least he'll TP straight back out to the mid. And there is chances for some trade-offs for Fader, but there's no way to give burst damage into the Sniper who's now running a bottle, so it's this consistent chip damage with the Arc Lightning. And Always Wanna Fly is about to deny this top rune. He does not want Fader picking this up. In fact, he'll just take it himself.
Yeah, and Resolution's got to be annoyed at that. He's like, I was coming over.
Always Wanna Fly's going to have a crack at this. Remember, he's got the double damage rune. He's already fired off the concussive shot, but he's going to drop Fader down low enough. But if Fader wants to stick around for this, okay, yeah, Always Wanna Fly.
He might just do the suicide maneuver. If he could have gotten one more Arc Lightning, maybe he would have done that. Or he just suicides the Ancients, and then he's level 2, so he doesn't really care, but doesn't feel like he wants to play that role. And Silence at top. He's got one level of the Blade Fury up, and it looks like bOne7 is just content to sit back and try to trade levels right now.
Well, there's not much more he can do apart from that. You can have a couple of Sparlings now come out to the field, but you don't want to get too close on Silent. He'll just Blade Fury and farm it all up. Still got another Sentry Ward here from Always Wanna Fly. Surprisingly, he's not dropping it down to get rid of the Radiant Sentry that's there. There was only one that was committed to it.
Yeah,
but at the same time, maybe it's different because of bOne7's arc. Like, he's actually making the webs come around the side, so he doesn't have to come directly down the lane.
Oh, that's smart. I like that play. And Yoki at bottom, he's having a little bit better of a time right now. Is getting a little bit of a contest on Envy's farm, but at the same time, giving up that first blood again to Misery. I feel like even if you get a kill to Envy at this point, it's not the worst deal, but I feel like giving up a kill to Misery early on, like, he just rolls with levels really quickly, and he's got level 3 on top of a kill, 2 CS just from the creeps, and he's doing quite well for himself.
He's such a nuisance as well. He walks in against the Nyx Assassin with that mana drain, and there's nothing really that Yoki could do about it. Dive in, a little bit off target. That's meant to be Big Daddy picking up that regeneration rune. And now Misery's in trouble. Yoki's going to slow him down, and Resolution will get the vision on him, but Misery wisely decides just to TP out to safety.
Man, Misery going godlike there. He reads that, he's like, okay, Resolution might be coming over. I just have to get out of here, and it's worth the TP to survive. Well played by him. But at bottom, he's continuing to get a little bit less CS than this Juggernaut is, and Silent, this is one of his... this is the hero that I saw him use with great effect at MLG if we saw. I think he was like 10-0 in one game, and he was like 15-3 in another game. Like, this guy goes absolutely nuts on the Juggernaut.
At the same time, like, look at what Cloud9's got to control him in this game. It's a lot better than what was normally being used up against him at MLG.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just a drafting decision as well. The Jug, it's not the best hero in situations where you're going to get kited out by a lot of what C9 have. They've got the net to deal with you while you spin. The damage of your ultimate doesn't do too much when there's a ton of broodlings, for example, or the Phoenix just pops his egg. But at the same time, Silent's getting a ton of farm. He's got 36 CS, top of the net worth chart right now.
Beta is looking to, I don't know if he can farm up this stack, but either way, he's being watched by Hello Ardance. In fact, Hello Ardance didn't see him because of the nighttime vision, didn't see the fact that he slipped off the lane. So Faye just keeps going to town with what is a quad stack, and there's Misery to finally find Hello Ardance. But this is really quick and easy farm for a Zeus to get.
Yeah, he's got to wait for his bottle, but still, it's not as good as you'd get it in the lane right now as...
Yeah, but at the same time, you can give that lane up to Misery so he can soak up a little bit.
Yeah, and the lane is eventually going to push in right now. Resolution.
Oh, looks like Song of the Siren. Envy, okay, he literally triggered that for the rune.
Whatever. I don't think he's going to be in a position to die anyways. Like, look at what Empire have as supports. They've got the Skyra at the tree, doesn't really have a lot of levels. And so, potential is kind of low, and bOne7's actually caught out.
Yep, they dusted him up, he got down the hill to start with, and this dust's going to last a little bit too long. He wanted to run himself away, but unfortunately he took damage, so he couldn't get back up the hill. So Cloud9 lose one.
They needed that kill too, Toby. Just, you can't have both of your supports like passively sit there and not get anything done against the Broodmother. And a good kill for them there, and like you pointed out, there is a stack available for Fada, but I still think they need to make some sort of move on the sniper sooner than later. But I think they probably think they're okay right now with this passive game just because of the stack.
Bottom lane, misdone by Yoki, actually not connecting on Eternal Envy, and Resolution wants to keep committing. He's got Assassination up shortly, but with Lion TPing in, they want to get out of here. Notal will decide to spray him up with the sprites. So they just fall back. Notal, careful.
Oh,
Resolution lines it up, the range, it's not enough. Oh, actually it is enough, sorry. But not enough life for Phoenix to remain alive. And she's going to go deeper. Shrapnel on Eternal Envy, and Envy into the trees, got himself a Culling Blade so he can get himself a little bit deeper over the side, but Yoki reads his position perfect. Resolution is cutting the tree line, and in fact Envy, he's in so deep that Yoki's going to block himself in here to try and find this, and they got a gap. Misery actually lets him out, draining out that mana of the Nyx Assassin. Remember Spy Carapace, he's not doing any damage, so it doesn't help him, and in fact Envy just turns around for the Riptide. Takes the kill, and Resolution's running back out of there. They gave the living armor to him so he could survive.
Oh, that was sick. Resolution didn't have the snipe up. Envy knows that as well, just digs himself deeper into that tree line, and Yoki overcommits for that. And Man, I mean, Envy just played that perfectly. That was a good read by him.
They're going to jump in, finding Resolution. The Thunder God's Wrath gave him the vision for it. Living Arm will protect Sniper for the moment. He's very close to Roshan, looking to deny himself up here. And actually, no, he burns out from Phoenix. And Roshan, he bashes on Skywrath Mage. Skywrath Mage is so low, so Notel can turn around for a double kill into the Nova. Over on the Tree of Protector, burning him out. It's a triple kill for the Phoenix. And Notel, well, he's not going to go for more. Yoki's going to move down the lane, but that'll be where it ends.
It felt like Roshan had a choice. He looked for like half a second, and he's like, "I'll help you, No-Tail. I got this one for you, buddy." And he comes in. I mean, the slow on the Phoenix, I don't know if that was intentional, but he hits the Roshan at the same time. So Roshan's attack speed is really slow, and they were both right next to Roshan. Could have gone either way, but he decides to help out No-Tail by stunning out the Skywrath Mage and doing a little bit of damage to the 0 armor hero. And boy, I mean, No-Tail, he gets level 7 off of that fight, and he was playing pretty much the
sacrificial support.
Yeah, as he always does, but he just like solo with him and Roshan. They pretty much just like broed up and teamed up and just went to town on Empire Zeros.
Empire's going to be so bitter about this. The Sniper thought he was home and host, that's why he hung around inside the pit, expecting to make some kind of room play. And then he could turn into coating the ground with a shrapnel. But because you just lost a couple of heroes down there, now bOne7 feels more comfortable on top. As he hits level 7 now, puts the 4 points up into the spawn spidlings to let the harassment begin. They're going to dust up as well, so bOne7 sealed. Actually decided to just run back into it. I don't know if he just accepted his own fate or not, but he dies on... Wait, did they just... Oh, these spidlings. I actually didn't think there was that many sitting on top of each other, but they just destroyed the Skywrath.
If they stack on top of each other like that, it's hard to see. And again, it's a 1 armor hero, or 0 armor actually. I think it starts with negative base.
Misery, Resolution. I don't know if he just didn't see him coming or not, but the Hex will be there. Faded with the Thunder God's Wrath. The Living Armor is going to protect him enough. He's into the trees. There's the Lightning Bolt back. Lightning Bolt back again. Well, here's it resume. So, Resolution, will he survive? Envy turns around, and Resolution actually decides to fight this one. They're going to try and beat into Always on a Fly with the man TPing in, and Misery will finish the job. Then they go into the Song of the Siren. This gives Fade time to get back, but no, he actually walked into the Shrapnel, ending up killing himself. The Nova will also be committed. Resolution's on the run out of here. There's no net, so there's no control from that one. The Stun should be able to still hit a low hard dance. There's no tell. Throws out one of the spirits, diving in deeper. Once Resolution really controlled. They already had the Riptide Finger of Death. Taking out Tree Protector, thought he was completely fine, but obviously not. And Yoki on the run out of here. Riptide in 2 seconds. That'll be the kill here for Eternal Envy. And that is going to be Team Empire. Well, I'm surprised they committed as heavily as they did into that. But it was the right read. They took the Skywrath Mage the second he was looking to TP in.
Yeah, that was just well played by C9. And it all goes down to the fact that No-Tail is like level 8 already at 11 minutes right now. You don't expect that kind of damage from the Fire Spirits this early on, and it kind of throws everything off when he pretty much adds that much value to the fight. Like you said, Empire don't have the best way to kill the egg. And with level 4 Fire Spirits, and the attack speed slow being what it is at level 4, like 140, the Sniper's going to have no use in it. He doesn't have a Mask of Madness up. The Juggernaut is nowhere near you. He's just trying to stop bOne7 from getting free farm here.
Well, they can't even do that, because bOne7's got so many spiders stacked up. They come in and they almost one-hit down the creep they focus on. Like, Silent's trying to mop them up with the Mask of Madness, but he's going to be careful about doing that as well, when you know that bOne7's just going to throw Spylings into you.
I think this might have actually been an old-school Battle Fury game for Silent, just because he's going up against the Naga and the Broodmother, and he's struggling to kill all the Broodlings as it is, or Spiderlings. So maybe it would have been a good idea to actually just go for...
Can he still go into it, or would you prefer to, like, he can go to a Maelstrom instead and have something like that?
I don't know if Maelstrom is... Yeah, I think Battle Fury is just more consistent, and it works really well with... what's that thing called?
Okay. Always on a Fly? Is that enough? Is that enough? I think it's enough. Yeah, it's enough.
Man,
No-Tail just played that perfectly. That's a 4-point spirit up for Phoenix. And he just dived himself in. That Skywrath Mage is only sitting about 50% of his life.
And Dyer's Courier dies as well, and I think that was a result of bOne7.
Yep.
He's just sneaking into the side here, and it wasn't able to survive. And their ping's being pointed out right now, and it looks like they're trying to sandwich out this Juggernaut.
They're sending illusions in first from the Phoenix to have a bit of a look out and see if they can find... Well, actually, that illusion's not even going for Silent. It's just watching the creep wave, and it's not going to see Aloha Dance also arriving. They have detection here. They don't have any of their sentry wards down from the Broodmother previously. So Aloha Dance is invisible at the moment.
Yeah, and it looks like all of C9, they've got 3 heroes up here. This is the majority of the heroes that don't necessarily have to be here for the fights. The Relic is flying in for Envy as well. This is just time to create a little bit more space for Envy. But the Juggernaut is still leading the net worth chart.
It's also because he kept finding a lot of Sparlings to kill. Like the harassment was there. But beyond that, that's where it stopped, as had a little frame rate loss.
It's the nature of the hero as well. Like, you're gonna outfarm everybody with calling.
Got him. So, yeah. No, it's actually...
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Misery's gonna go down here.
Yeah,
we have Yoki spotted out. This Jug's actually absolutely huge, and he's actually on the run right now. Fada might get caught up with his ultimate. If he gets his ultimate off, oh no, he gets so low, and no tail. Another kill for him. He's 6-1, and all of his the fire spirits, man. He went for like the attack, and then he couldn't decide whether to get the ult off, lose his vision for half a second, and no tail again. I mean, he didn't even have his egg up. The Jug could have gone for that, but just out of position there for a second, and you're just. It feels like this Phoenix is pretty much winning them the game.
Alright, so we're still having issues. We're still having issues getting our connection back up again.
Can they hear me? Can they hear us at least?
They won't be able to hear us inside the game, and when we do stabilize, it'll be a little bit better for them. But at the moment, yeah, just getting our stream back up again. It looks like we're limping back to life again. But it's pretty rough at the moment.
So should we keep casting here?
Yes.
Okay.
The VOD will be able to control, like, get as much of it as possible, but right now it's really rough.
Okay. Alright, then I'll just pretend like nothing's wrong. And I think No Tail's going absolutely ham. He's got 6 kills already, 3 assists. He's been a part of the 9 kills. Misery's about to pick up his Blink Dagger as well. And this 3-man combination up at top is just accomplishing so much. Fada is opting to go for the same build he did last time, deciding to go for the Blink Dagger. And Yoki hasn't had the impact that you need out of this offlane Nyx so far. At top, Misery's just continuing to get a little bit of farm. bOne7's picked up a Midas. He's going for the Dagon build. I completely agree with this just because there is a sniper in the game, and the Skywrath Mage also will pretty much get one shot.
Oh, goodbye Eternal Envy. With the Mystic Flare and the ultimate with the Omni Slash, too easy. But you're gonna lose a tier 1 tower on the top lane instead. So this is the casualty of war for it all. It looks like we've managed to stabilize for now. Hopefully we can remain stable. So for everyone who's tuning inside Dota TV, sorry, we did have some network problems for a moment. It looks like our live stream is also back up and stable. And we'll try and keep it that way.
Yeah, so sorry for the interruption, folks. If you didn't see, Big Daddy No Tail is... It feels like he's winning the game right now for C9. Obviously, everyone's playing a part in it, but him being 6-1 right now as a support Phoenix, it's one of the issues with the hero is that you feel like it levels a little bit too late when you played as a supportive role, but just because of the fact that he's almost is level 8 and No Tail's about to repeatedly using his illusions right now.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Since the laning phase hasn't had the matter, bOne7 gets a triple kill. E9 absolutely snowballing this game.
Triple kill!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, again, I'm going to apologize to everyone who's trying to watch the VOD of this one later.
Dire's
I know
top
we're streaming
tower
out,
is
it's going to be
under
buffering
attack.
like an absolute biatch. Well, there's nothing I can do about it at the moment. I've let as many people know as possible so they can look into it. But yeah, we
Dire's
managed to
middle
stabilize
tower
after the
is
team
under
fight,
attack.
which is wonderful. Alright, so where are we at? For everyone who's only just tuned back in again, apologies for the problems. As we are 16-9 on the board, just shy of 20 minutes in. Cloud9 have taken 2 nice team fights previously. I'm looking to force their advantage even more, as they're getting very aggressive, especially moments like this against Always Wanna Fly. Can't survive. You got a Dagon over on the Broodmother. He's going to get Omni Slash down by Silent. So nice revenge kill for him. There's, well, he's got to try and play around. No sentry ward. Didn't see the next assassin coming in. So it's actually a double kill for Silent with a nice setup from Yoki.
Yeah, and they need stuff like that to create space around the map, just because Resolution's been so pressured in this game. Can't go the Mask of Madness build this game as a first item, just because there's so much that can blow you up. I mean, the Phoenix alone, if he hits like 1 Fire Spirit on you, you're pretty much dead. And Yoki finally able to get a kill, nowhere near his Blink Dagger, but
Dire's bottom tower is under
Empire's
attack.
starting to stabilize a little on the back of Silent, who has so much farm. Like, he's got the first component of his Scotty almost complete. It looks like he's diving into this Roche Pit area. No Omni Slash up for him, and they have to be careful because Envy's almost got his Song of the Siren up.
Dire's bottom tower is under
I don't
attack.
think C9 actually are going to give up this up for
They're
free
not
either.
going to. Here comes that song. Actually, he started it and stopped it. Just as quick as he
Dire's
actually
middle
did start it.
tower is under attack.
There's no way Empire can do this. There's too much jump and control from Cloud9 for Empire to finish Roshan in time. And if they get stalled up doing this and they have to back up, they commit 4-5 Furious to do it, then bOne7 is going to take your tier 2 tower on top lane. Or you just lose your tier 1 tower in mid as well.
Dire's
Fada
middle
up at top,
tower
he's
is
going to
under
grab this
attack.
rune. Pops the ultimate as well, just looking for vision, and Misery's going to initiate on.
Notel in very, very deep. Throws out the Nova. Silent wants to try and find this one. Goes into the spin, and they got enough damage to get through the Nova. There was no other help coming in from Cloud9, so it's just simple. So I apologize for it, guys.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So we lost a couple players from team.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack.
I soared so free.
Roshan has fallen to the Dire.
Fire across the
Dire's
finish
top
line by
tower
himself.
is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
16 to boot, and Envy.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Not up for him as well. Always Wanna Fly is on. Gonna go down to the 2 supports in the middle though. Oh no! He gets hit by. Like, this game is hilarious.
Dire's top
But I
tower
think
is
Dota
under
is such a
attack.
fun game. I'm like 60 or some shit.
Ah, this will come in handy.
We have grown facial hair
Dire's
without
top
paint.
tower is under attack.
7 farms out the jungle. This is good practice for Blitz to solo cast while Toby tries to fix technical issues, and even if 0 people can hear me, which is likely, I'll pretend like people are listening for my own amusement. Lots of thunder being dropped. I hear noises.
And that's the best thing you can hear right now, because that means that we're actually starting to work again.
Oh, really?
Yep.
You know, I get really scared of loud noises, so things like the Zeus ultimate, it scares the shit out of me. So I have to turn down my music while I'm playing, or turn down the volume in Dota. And Silent might get cut out here. Does have the manta up. It looks like both teams want to get into a fight. Resolution dipping quite low.
He's getting burnt out by that Radiance again. At least he's got the Aegis Immortal to keep himself alive. But they're being attacked from behind because bOne7's still there into the Nova and Resolution getting stunned up. The Living Armor's going to protect him, but in come these Naga Illusions, and the Song of the Siren is still available here if everybody wants to try and control the fight anymore. The Tree Ulti will buy him a little bit of space, but the burn is on a low dance, and there's your Song of the Siren. Actually, at possibly the wrong time, but either way, they're still going to take 3 kills. So 25 to 14. And Yoki is not going to cancel the TP out from Envy. They just let him go, and the tier 1 tower will drop. Envy's got farm to be tagged on bottom lane. And he moves quickly.
And more importantly than that is they finally take a tower from the tree. They're barreling down this mid lane right now. C9 doing an absolute monster job in these team fights. 3-man stun by Yoki. Does it even lead to anything? Silent in the backline. He does have his Omni Slash up, and Misery misses. Unable to get the timing off on the blink. Silent a little bit faster with that spin, and C9. bOne7 is ruining the Skywrath Mage's life, Toby. Oh,
there's nothing the Skywrath can do against this. That's a 5th pick Broodmother. You can't draft any kind of protection for the Skywrath Mage.
Oh, bOne7, please have mercy.
No mercy shall be granted. This is just brutal. More than anything else, it's just brutal.
He's giving them the bOne7.
At least Juggernaut's got a crap ton of farm. He finishes up his guard. He's got a mana style available. bOne7's still now going to come in. Dagon. The Spy Carapace goes. He's still got Spawn Spirelings available. Going to throw it in. Yoki has to go inside of Vendetta. But now you get the Radiant Naga Siren in here. And Yoki's actually burning to death. 34 HP drops down to. The Spirelings are hunting down the wards, but they put down sentry wards. They see a Lohar dance in the tree line. More Dagon attacks, and Lohar dance breaking out of him as a million spiders. Maybe not a million, that might be a slight exaggeration.
And he's giving them all the bOne7 right now, and I mean, bOne7 seems to be the player that everyone seems to criticize, but in the last 2 games, I've just seen good performances by him. He's been an absolute beast in this game. But people, I don't know if they saw the lag and stuff like that, but the amount of disruption that he caused around the map, the fact that he can one-shot the Skywrath Mage whenever he shows up on the map as well, you can't really like define how much impact that is. Like, he pretty much just nullifies the hero by himself.
Look at a dust. bOne7 wasn't even hit by that. So the Spirelings are there, and he attacks Resolution from behind. The Spires are killing Resolution off. Fader will jump in looking for a little bit more, so they're going to steal on him. But in comes Phoenix, Novering on the side. At this point, he's just land clearance. A little bit of burn to the Skywrath Mage. But the stun, I don't think he's still in range for it. Yeah, actually he is. And that means just Nicaris dive down, spirit him up, and that's going to be the death of him. Silence on the run out of here. So you lose your Zeus for taking out 3 Empire players. I think you're okay with that.
Yeah, and they're just running over Empire right now. Empire don't... And again, it's just bOne7. Like, they have no defense for him. They show up. Did you see how quickly Resolution gets down? It doesn't matter if you have living armor when you're doing it at like 5% HP. And the Radiance burn alone, it pretty much means that you have to preemptively BKB if you're Resolution at this point. And you don't want to do that. It means that as long as bOne7 gets anything off, you pretty much win the fight just because you force an inefficient BKB. And that's the power of this Brood build, is that you don't even have to really kill anybody with it. It's the fact that it's just really annoying to deal with. And he can't kill somebody with it is the annoying part as well. It's the fact that always want to fly, Broodlings plus Dagon, like, where do you spot that from? Look how covered in webs this entire jungle is.
There's no way to spot it. Like, they try to run 5 guys up inside a smoke up to the hill, and Brood was just down slightly on the other side of the cliff. You break your smoke, you trigger your dust, but it's still not close enough for the dust to connect or for you to do anything about it.
If he gets an F-Blade as well, life as we know it is over for like everybody on Empire. Like, you're just not going to survive that.
Will that be his item choice, however? Because we still have to think about taking high ground, and if you start going E-Blade, you're finding kills across the map, but you still have to get up. And the Naga Siren, like, you get the mana style up for her, but you don't really have great tower pushing power. Do you turn the Broodmother into this right-clicking beast, or do you still make of these the solo hero hunting
Toby,
styles.
you underestimate the fuck you, I'm bOne7 factor though.
Maybe. Wow. Well, Misery wants a piece of that factor. He just took out the Treant Protector, and now Resolution's on the run. bOne7's right behind him. How much damage have you got? It's enough. The Sniper's going to drop. They take out the Sky Rush Mage as well, with Fader and Misery combining up nicely. And shout out to our internet, which is now 100% stable, and I hope you're enjoying the show again.
Yeah, it's a little bit late just because of the fact that C9 have completely overrun Empire. This isn't like game one where
Yoki's
we
dying.
saw, yeah, a hotly contested game. He's got a Yule Scepter, that and just to get away, and he's getting quite low. And I mean, you just haven't felt the impact from this offlane Nyx who's 1-5-2, because whatever you run into feels like a meat grinder. And No Tail has just got so much farm at bottom. He might go down. No, and again 8-2. How often do you see this amount of farm on No Tail as well with Misery in the game?
Not often, but it's amazing what a triple kill around Roshan can do for you. So just surprised how confident Yoki is for being out this far. Yep, TP back. 200 HP with no regeneration items on him. As in health regen. He's got Arcane Boost as well as a Yule Scepter. So Nyx, he has to keep going back to base.
Silent opts to go for that Battle Fury. I mean, I thought he would get it, but I figured it'd be better as a second item, maybe even before the offshot, because right now, it doesn't feel like it's going to make as much of an impact, where you're starting to get some life on the Naga Siren. He's got a Manta style completed 3.2k as well. Could easily go for a heart. Resolution has had pretty much no impact. If there's going to be anybody that wins this game for Empire at this point, it's just you put it all on Silent at this point. Like, he has to somehow do the impossible, but Jug's not one of those heroes that you can really play like that around.
No Tail, Silent, not quick enough on the Omni Slash, and No Tail didn't get himself out that one. He actually cut through the tree line and stayed on the high ground. Yep, Sunray's down just quickly. But Yoki's going to scout him out, running around with that Vendetta. But he's got nowhere near enough damage to kill off No Tail in time. The Icarus dive is down, so he's going to get the Sun. This will open up for Silent to come in too. The assassination will be done, and they burned through his BKB. That was the 9-second BKB for him. You commit 5 players to do this.
Yeah, and they're okay with that trade because, again, their jungle has been completely shut off to them. Like, they're just playing 5-man Dota at this point.
I don't know if it was calculation. The Radiant Bird is coming in close. Resolution. They use the Living Hand to protect him so he can TP out. The Thunder God's Wrath with the Impel and Finger of Death dropped him down to 35 HP.
That was close. And meanwhile, again, you lose control of this this entire portion of the map, Toby, is gone.
You're talking about the dire jungle?
Yeah, this is gone to them now. And it looks like they're trying to get in. Silent and Aloha Dance are invisible, but bOne7's been waiting on that cliff for so long.
It's just got so many spiders. He moves from one cliff to the other, but now at least they know what cliff he's on. But he's on the far side of the cliff. Aloha Dance is coming very close to that Zeus.
Dire's bottom tower is under
they're
attack.
trying to get a hold of him, but Silent, with that Battle Fury, going to clear this up really quickly, and 9-1-0 right now. Silent's had an excellent game. I really don't ever see Silent do poorly with Juggernaut. And on the other side of the map, though, it looks like Yoki's going to get isolated out.
Yeah, he tried to have a crack over on No Tail. But No Tail, they missed the stun on him, which allowed him just to run himself away. And then Misery made sure there's a little bit more space.
And Resolution, maybe go for the Maelstrom here. You need some way to clear the illusions. And at the same time, you just need cheap items. Like, your item progression isn't the best. You just have to build whatever you can to stop the bleeding, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, you say that while you look at Cloud9, who are buying all their luxury items. You already had a Bloodstone on Zeus, but now you give him a Refresher Orb as well. So you get a double level 3 ulti out from Zeus. No Tail's walking around with that frickin' BKB of his. Lion's on the way to the Aghanim Scepter.
Bottom tower is under attack.
And you realize why when you look at how much gold they've got. Like, it's almost 20,000 net worth advantage going the way of Cloud9. And the experience is coming up quite high too.
Dire's bottom tower is under
and
attack.
bOne7 pushing this out. It looks like
Radiant's top tower
C9 are going
is
to
under
go for this
attack.
tier 2 tower.
Well, they got the vision over on Resolution. BKB has to come out. bOne7 just on the run here. He's going to play the Blink Dagger Broodmother style. Chasing after Resolution into the Sunray. And they're going pretty deep here. The damage is enough when Zeus throws out the ultimate. And that was the Refresher ulti as well. Into the Nova from the Phoenix. So no one from Empire's going to come close to this. And the creep wave's going to enter in through the mid, so if they wanted to, they could have potentially... Well, actually, no, they can't, because the tier 2 tower's still up in mid. They're just... The creep wave's just gone YOLO to the tier 4s.
Dire's middle tower is
They're
under
overwhelming
attack.
them, Toby.
Dire's
And
structures
right now,
are
C9
fortified.
just look dominant. It feels like they're doing pretty much whatever they want to on the map. C9, I mean bOne7, it's the dig on 5 plus your nuke threat is just too high. Resolution at like half HP is like, I have to BKB, and he's like, I'm still dead.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yoki comes in for the stun at the same time as Misery blinks up. So he gets the Hex, the stun, they go to the Sunray, and Lion just commits the finger. Meanwhile, Broodmother killed off that Treant Protector. I love this Blink Dagger on the Broodmother. Right up at the faces of Empire. You just don't give a crap about like this range anymore. You close the gap on the Sniper or the Juggernaut. You just tank it. Do whatever you want.
Yeah, this is the ultimate, I'm just gonna run at you disrespect.
I don't know if it's disrespect, it's just a quality
It's just
item
a term.
build.
It's like I'm gonna blink on top of you, what are you gonna do? Once your BKB runs out, you're dead. Deal with it kind of maneuver. I don't think Empire is like mad in that sense.
Dire's bottom tower is
They're gonna
under
be annoyed
attack.
though, that's for sure. Because there's not a whole lot they can do to combat that.
Meanwhile, Envy continues to farm and push on bottom lane. Walking around with a Skadi, Amanda style, and the Radiance in his BTs. So he'll remove the final outer
Dire's
tower for
bottom
Team
tower is
Empire.
up. Dire's
And
bottom
Cloud9,
tower
they're
has
just
fallen.
inching their way forward securely to a matchup up against Na'Vi tomorrow night.
Yeah, and the way that it looks right now, there's no one on Empire that can step outside their base without getting one shot. They have to just kind of huddle around, wait to see what C9 do, and they have to play reactively at this point.
Oh, Loha, why? I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, but if C9 saw that and decided to push in, he just uses Overgrowth.
Yeah, I
But
heard it.
he was looking to fake it out by being like just playing around with it inside the base.
Yeah. It happens
Ow.
to the best of us. What? I mean, I popped my Zeus ult earlier today without meaning to. It's just one of those things.
Silent, gonna go in for the spin fade, a quick blink away. Realizing Yogi's coming in close, no tell. A little bit of spill damage out in him. He's thinking about the Nova. Yeah, she just BKBs up so he can keep battling into Yogi. Man, that Sunray does so much damage to the Nyx. He's gonna move forward as well, trying to keep on the back of the Nyx. Cannot do it though. And the Shrapnel will keep him out. So it's like it's not as bad for the Treant Protector. 20 more seconds before his ulti's up again.
Yeah, and again, C9, this is kind of the weakness of their lineups. As I said at the beginning, right? They don't pick tower aggressors, and you don't want to go high ground, though, into this type of lineup. Like Empire, even though half of their lineup gets one shot by bOne7, they still have to be careful, because it is a sniper, it is a Treant, it is a Juggernaut who's got a lot of clear potential. You have to be careful, and C9 are just continuously building a lead. Because of the fact that they have control of the jungle, they don't want to give anything away. That's a 25k net worth lead for them right now.
But a time for a searching Thunder God's Wrath out from Fader. Realized that Yoki was missing through the lightning bolt down, then saw the Nyx assassin. They just forced him to back up.
I heard a Hex.
You heard a Hex?
Oh, never mind. I was wrong.
I was hearing Split.
Oh, okay. Was that what it was?
No, it must have been Split.
Oh, at top.
Because I was looking at the level 2 goodbye Zeus. I was looking at the level 2 diffusal play, just instant purchase by Naga. Not even holding back. Don't care about the level 1. Directly into level 2 and still holding onto that bottle of hers. I'm wondering if this is one of the games too where you just decide to go for a heart. Let the Naga be the tank on the front lines, because you can always just go for the butterfly as well.
I think you go Butter here. It's just a good option against Sniper and Juggernaut. They're not going to get... The Sniper especially is not... MKB is not at the top of his list right now, Toby. He's not thinking about that right now, and the Juggernaut has to as well.
Ah, they're so deep. Yoki, Finger of Death's going to bring him down, and No-Tell diving in even deeper. They do manage to bring down the Lion that was silenced on the front lines with the Omni Slash, and then into the Nova. They've got to protect this Phoenix egg, and they can't do it. The Naga song will be there, but already Big Daddy's on the sidelines, and Resolution unaffected because he had that BKB up. Assassination looking for bOne7. It's going to connect. He's down to 128 life, and Silence on the run after him, but into the webs. They cannot reveal him. Fader's still here, and Fader's still walking around with a double ultimate. So if he wants to, he could potentially unload onto Silent. But he needs to blink, he needs to have something, and there it is. In fact, he uses a refresher orb to get the blink dagger back off cooldown. The BTs are already coming back off cooldown anyway, but he needed it sooner so he could avoid the assassination.
Yeah, that's a play by him right there, because the Juggernaut was going to chase him down. If he waited that extra time, the Mask of Madness would have been up, and Silent would have been able to close the gap, but smartly decides that the refresher cooldown is worth more than his life.
Is Bone... Okay, Abyssal Blade for bOne7?
I mean, might as well, who cares?
He's got a relic. I'm not thinking this is going to be a Radiance, but... Because it's way too late for that.
Be careful, friends. You don't know what bOne7 can do.
He's only got 3 choices. We're looking at Radiance, we're looking at Abyssal Blade, or we're looking at Rapier. And there's no reason for him to get a Rapier.
He is not going to get a Rapier. I figured he would go for the Blade and try to go for the Ultra one-shot combo. But I think this is probably going to be an Abyssal. I mean, it's the only option. You've already got a Radiance.
Yeah.
It would make no sense.
He could just walk point blank up to the Juggernaut or the Sniper and just Abyssal Blade him and let the rest of his team do the work. Phoenix coming out, Big AB's up. They're going to find Skywrath Mage. Misery taking no time whatsoever, just wants to finger him down. And actually, if you look at Misery's build, he decided to back off from the Aghanim Scepter. I don't know if you flagged this before, but he got himself a Shadow Blade instead.
It's a good support item, just because of the fact that Empire is so poor right now, that keeping up with sentries is never going to be a thing, and they can't leave the base anyways. And it feels C9, they're just getting kill after kill around the map. I don't know if high ground potential is quite there for them. They're probably just going to wait until every single person on the map on their team gets 6 slotted, and then you overrun them with double buyback travels.
Oh, hello Aloha Dance. And goodbye Aloha Dance. Hexed up, burning up, and they're able to burn through the 1800 HP he's got. Gonna throw the ulti out, but there's still too much damage. Fader's sitting perfectly on the side in the trees. And, well, he thought he could hold on to that gem for a bit, but it's not going to happen.
And with that gem gone now, the effectiveness of the Shadow Blade and the effectiveness of this Broodmother just went up infinitely. They're going to de-ward around the map. Misery as well. Just a lot of the vision from Empire is being choked out right now. They don't have anywhere to go, and this is a level 13 Skywrath Mage that hasn't seen a new item in quite some time.
That's for a very good reason, man. He's 0-14-11. Like, if Empire have some ungodly way of winning this, then we actually have a proper contender for the Malcolm Ward. But we might actually have a double, because the Tree and Protector, you get both his supports. Together combined is 25 deaths for not a single kill from them. And overall, they're not really, like, the sacrifice is in vain, because Empire's not finding kills on their cause.
Yeah. So it's 25k net worth lead.
Apart from Jug.
Double the kills right now for C9. I'm waiting to see what C9's move is after this Roshan, if they decide that they can go high ground with it. Envy right now is pretty much 6 slotted. He could go for another item if he wants. The Song of the Sirens pops just in case. It does, but I mean, they were never going to leave their base. Spada actually gets the Aegis and
Yoki in trouble. Spada jumps up for this, and well, they go to Thunder God's Wrath. Well, the Yule set up into the air, allowing Yoki time to blink, and well, they can see him, and the Hex will be there in time. The day got to finish the job. And goodbye, next assassin.
And that's the Abyssal Blade complete for him. The Sniper is desperately trying to complete a Manta.
Does he have Refresher? He has Refresher. I don't know if that's is that enough damage with the ultimate? 640? No, not with the healing ward down as well. So the Naga illusions were just ripping away at Aloha Dance's life. It would have been a very, very simple refresh to the ulti to get the kill if he dropped low enough.
This is such a miserable support game to play against. Like, you're against Noto, who's got a BKB. The Lion has got pretty much whatever items he wants. And there's, who do you even kill at this point? Like, there's nobody that you can go off and kill. The potential to be killed is high because there's Invis heroes.
What happened to
Vida's,
I can never pronounce her name.
Vida's German.
Yeah, I know that. I'm referring to a situation that happened with the girl, like Sajin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened to her.
I know. Oh, alright, whatever.
I'm talking about things that can go wrong.
Okay.
Not actually saying that's exactly what happened to Fader. Well, game started again anyway. Sorry, I should go on abstract thoughts.
I'm just like,
Because poor Blitz is just like, he's
my
not
brain
keeping...
can't comprehend this right now.
He's
but
not keeping up with my brain.
maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know what's going on.
Alright, so Empire now starting in more of a defense. They do have the Aghanims over on Treant. So you said they couldn't at least keep up the Sentry Ward battle, but maybe they can win on the Vision battle up against Cloud9. But they're ready to push Cloud9. They've had enough. They're looking at bottom lane where the Finger and the Undergod's Wrath will help to get the kill on the next Assassin. And Always on a Fly is going to get munched up inside the base. The Naga illusions run in. They do have the Butterfly now also over on Eternal Envy. So he's completely six-slotted. Resolution. Oh, it's the first beat get B, which is the Phoenix Egg. Gonna be triggered. At the same time, Zeus now has his Aghanim Scepter.
bOne7's got a Blink Abyssal. They have to be really careful about this.
Oh, I feel so sorry for supports to this day. Star's gonna get destroyed, and Resolution's the last man standing. Silent will buy back into this game, but it really does seem hopeless. They get rid of the illusions, that's great, but they're not ready to fight again. Fader's on the run back, and in comes Blink, Abyssal, Silent, dead to the world. They throw out the oldie from Fader, keeping Resolution low, but this will be a double Raxing at least, because you got a 2-minute window without that Juggernaut. And in fact, GG is the call. Cloud9 will advance. So it looks like we won't see Game of Throws Blitz.
Yeah, and a thoroughly dominant performance by C9. The draft, I thought that things were going to go worse for them in the early game, but maybe they would help out early or later on. But it felt like they just, it was honestly just No-Tail getting so fat in the beginning. Like, you can't really predict or play around that. He gets like 3 kills. He got a kill on the sniper, which you're a support getting a kill on the sniper. Like, that's massive as it is, but he gets 2 more kills on top of that, and it just made the early game transitional period so much easier for C9.